Chapter 34 Sheba. With name of the God, the Almighty, the Merciful. The praise to God, the One, to Him what in the heavens and what in the earths, and to Him the praise in the hereafter. And He the wise, the aware. He knows what He merges into the earth, and what He brings out from her, and what He sends down from the heaven, and what He raises into her. And He the merciful, the forgiving. And say those who reject, not will she come to us, the hour. Say, but surely, and my Lord, to her surely bringing you, knower of the unseen, not it hidden over Him example of a dot in the heavens and not in the earths, and not smaller from that, and not greater, except in a book clear. To His repaying those who believe and do the righteousness, those, to them forgiveness and sustenance honorable. And those who strive in our signs escaping, those, to them punishment from destruction grievous. And they will see, those brought the knowledge, what sent down to you from your Lord, it the truth, and it guides to highway of the mighty, the praised. And say those who reject, should we tell you, over a man, he will inform you when you are crushed all crushing, surely you to be in creation new. Invents over the God falsehood, or with him a demon, but those, not they believe with the hereafter, in the punishment and the estrayness, the far. Will but not they look to what in front of them, and what behind them, from the heaven and the earth. If we wished, we would cover with them the earth, or we would make fall over them a piece from the heaven. Surely in that to be signs to every servant turned. And already we brought David from us grace. O mountains, turn to me with him and the birds, and we softened to him the iron. That, make coats and measure in the rings, and do righteousness, surely I with what you do watch. And to Solomon the wind, her morning a month, and her returning a month. And we flowed to him spring of the copper, and from the demons, those they did in front of him with will of his Lord. And one, he blurred from them over our command, we made him taste from punishment of the fire. They making to him what he wished, from chambers and images and basins like the reservoirs, and measured cauldrons. Do, family of David, thankfully, and few from my servants the thankful. But when we decided over him the death, not told them over his death, except creatures of the earth, ate his stick. But when fell down, made clear the demons, that if they were, they knowing the unseen, not they tarried in the punishment, the lowly. Already is to Sheba in their residences assigned 2 gardens over right and left. Eat from sustenance of your Lord, and thank to him. Land good, and Lord forgiving. But they turned away, so we sent over them flood of the enemy. And we changed them with their 2 gardens, 2 gardens with food bitter, and brush, and things from fruit trees few. That, we repaid them with what they rejected. And do we repay except the rejectors? And we made between them and between the city which we bless in her, cities apparent. And we measured in them the travel. They traveled in them nights and days securely. But they said, Our Lord, make farness between our travels. And they wronged their souls. So we made them stories, and we crushed them all crushing. Surely in that to be signs to all patient, thankful. And already confirmed over them Iblis his thought, but they followed him, except a group from the believers. And naught was to him over them from authority, except to our knowing one, he believed with the hereafter, from one, he from her in doubt. And your Lord over everything guards. Say, call those you fancy from other than the God, not they control example of a dot in the heavens, and not in the earths, and not to them in them both from partnership, and not to him from them from backing, and not benefits the intercession with him, except to one calls to him, till when terror over their hearts, they will say, What says your Lord? They will say, The truth, and he the high, the great. Say, who? He sustains you from the heavens and the earths. Say, the God, and surely we, or you to be over guidance, or in a strainus clear. Say, not you questioned over what we sin, and not we questioned over what you do. Say, he will gather between us, our Lord, then he will open between us with the truth, and he the opener, the knowledgeable. Say, show me those you join with him partners, like surely no, but he the God, the mighty, the wise. And not we sent you, except enough to the mankind, informer and warner, and but surely most of the mankind, not they know. And they say, where this, the promise, if you be truthful? Say, to you promised a day, not you delaying over it hour, and not you bringing her forward. And say those who reject, not we believe with this, the Quran, and not with the one in front of it. And if you saw, behold, the wrongdoers stop with their Lord, they will return, some of them to others, the saying. They will say, those weak to those arrogant, if not you, to our being believers. Will say those arrogant to those weak, did we stop you over the guidance after, behold, came to you, but you were sinners. And will say those weak to those arrogant, but plotted the night and the day, behold, you ordered us that we reject with the God, and we make to him equals, and they will conceal the regret when they see the punishment, and we will make the binds in necks of those who reject. Are they repaid, except what they doing? And not we sent in cities from warners, except said affluent of them, surely we, with what you sent with it, rejectors. And they said, we, much wealth and children, and not we with punishment. Say, surely my Lord, He extends the sustenance to one he wishes, and he measures. And but surely most of the mankind, not they know. And not your wealth, and not your children, with which you ne'er with us nearness, except one who believes and does righteousness, but those to them repaying the added with what they do, and they in the mansions secure. And those they strive in our signs escaping, those in the punishment to be presented. Say, surely my Lord, He extends the sustenance to one He wishes from His servants, and He measures to him. And not you spend from a thing, but He follows it, and He better of the sustainers. And a day He gathers them all together, then He will say to the angels, were these to you? They were, they serving. They will say, glory you our inheritor from other than them. But they were, they serving the demons, most of them with them believers. But the day, not will they control, some of you to others, benefit and not bad. And we will say to those who wronged, taste punishment of the fire, which you were with her, you falsifying. And when you read over them our signs clear, they say, not this except a man, he wants that he stop you. Over what are they serving, your fathers? And they say, not this except delusion invented, and say those who reject to the truth when comes to them, if this except magic clear. And not we brought them from books, they studying them, and not we sent to them before you from Warner, and falsified those from before them, and not reaches a tenth of what we brought them, but they falsified my messengers. But how was my rejection? Say, surely what I instruct you with one, that you stand to God, two and singly, then you think, not with your companion from demon, if he accept a warner to you in front of punishment severe. Say, not I ask you from reward, but it to you, if my reward except over the God, and He over everything witnesses. Say, surely my Lord, He sends with the truth, knower of the unseen. Say, comes the truth, and not it initiates the wrong, and not it repeats. Say, if I astray, but surely what I stray over my soul, and if I guided, but with what He inspires to me, my Lord, surely He listens close. And if you saw, behold, they terrorized, but not they run, and they grab from a place close. And they say, we believe with it, and surely to them the grasping from a place far. And had they rejected with it from before, and they sent with the unseen from a place far, and a barrier between them and between what they wish, like what done with their things from before, surely they are in doubt, doubting.